Hello and welcome back. Today I'm going to be completing my March pages for my reading journal. Really, it's a reading record just of the number of books that I've read and which one's been my favourite, and I'm using photographs of the book covers to keep that as a record. I also use Goodreads, but I just thought it would be nice to have a visual copy in an album because I'm a scrapbooker, so why not? This month I'm using the Strong AF collection from Traci Reed, and I've got some stamps there. One of them is the page turner set from Syncopation Designs. There's a set there from Elle Studio and a couple that I've just picked up from Amazon. And the first thing I'm doing here is just stamping this Elle Studio stamp here, which says paper, audio or ebook, and I do that on 3 bits of paper. Normally I print it a little bit higher on the paper so I can put the number of books I've read of each of those underneath, but I forgot about that, so never mind. I do manage to fit it in. And then on the larger piece I do my book of the month and stars, number of stars for how many stars that book is. So once I've done those, what I'm going to do is mount them on some of the pattern paper to give them a nice border, and then I will place them onto this piece of paper. Now the paper is I'm using, it's Traveller Note, well actually I think it's Life Crafted size out of the pockets, and I made my own album to put these into. I do like the Life Crafted albums from Citrus Twist, but it's so expensive to get them shipped to the UK now that I decided I'd have a go at making albums myself, which is what I'm doing. So I bought in a load of chipboard and strong tape, and I've been enjoying making my own albums. So here I am on the left hand page, just popping down those bits. As you can see, I have mounted them on some of the, what I did was print out some of the 3x4 and 6x4 cards to use those as matching pieces. The photo bottom right corner is I'm trying to put a photo in each month of me doing some reading in different places, and this one was me reading actually a magazine in the hairdressers whilst I was having my hair cut and coloured at the end of the month, so I thought that make something a bit different, so I popped that one in. I want to do a title across the top left of the month, but while I was thinking how to do that this month, I decided to move over to the right hand page and pop my shelves in. So I took one of the pattern papers, this blue one, and just cut strips that are about just under 1/2 inch wide to go across, and here are the photos I've printed out of the book covers. I used my Canon Selfie to do this, and I used, there's in the multi-print one, there's one choice that you can choose which is for a bookmark, and I actually used that to print out most of the photos of the smaller books there. We were using that, which was the perfect size, but I had 10 books and you can get 8 on one of these bookmarks, and I needed to do 2 more, so I guessed at the size. I should have measured it, and they printed out just a bit bigger, but I don't mind that. So having shuffled them around on the shelf about where I want to put them, I grabbed these Syncopation Design stamps, page turner ones, and just picked out 3 of those and popped the stamps on where I wanted to put them so I could just see if I liked the layout. And then I also grabbed some of the embellishments from Strong AF to embellish this page. Now obviously Strong AF is all about fitness and feeling good about yourself, but I was able to use it for a not fitness page by picking out the flowers, and I picked out the headphones and the earbuds because I thought, well, they're you listen to audiobooks, you can use those, so that worked well that way. So here we are with this page done. The earbuds here I stuck down, and then you'll see a bit further on I go through looking at the embellishments and realise I'd got a smaller one that I printed out, so I actually swapped them over. I've also picked out one of the other stamps that I picked up off Amazon that says summary section, just to put at the top of the page there, because I just felt it needed a little bit of something, black ink at the top there, just to tie in with the other stamped images I've got. Sorry it's a little bit off camera here, I tried to zoom in and then didn't move my pages up the desk a bit. I also didn't grab the background that I normally use, and I've just using my glass cutting mat because I wanted to see how glary it was for recording on, because it's a lot cleaner than my turquoise mat, and I think it's okay, so I think I'll probably carry on with that. You can't see too much reflection, apart from when I lift, you know, now and again you can see my hands in there, but if it's too I don't think it's too distracting. Okay, so having completed the right hand page, moved back to the left hand page and decided I wanted to back the month onto the same paper that I'd used on the shelves on the other side, and I'm going to stamp the month title using these Catherine Pooler stamps. Now I tried a few different inks to try and get it to match with the purpley paper on the right hand side. So as you can see, this is the first one I tried, and it was really a bit too dark. It also had some bluiness in it. I'm not quite sure what happened with that one. So then I picked out the second ink, which I'll show you in a minute which one that is. And then I decided that was still too dark, so I went in and I had this Catherine Pooler ink, Pixie Dust, which was actually absolutely perfect, because that's a pinky purple and so was the Pixie Dust ink. So I stamped out the word March, trimmed it down, and then popped that onto the blue paper, which I then just give a narrow border and fishtail the edges of that. So you see me doing that. Now I've got to confess here, the video is a little bit shorter than I was expecting it to be, because when I came to do the voiceover I realised that I hadn't actually recorded the very last bit that I did, which was doing my writing up of the book of the month, so I could talk to you about which my book of the month was. So we're going to miss that bit, so I'm sorry about that. But here we are, just finishing this page. Again, some of the flowers, the water bottle, because I stay hydrated. You Go Girl works, because I read 10 books in March, so I'm pretty pleased with that. And as I say, some flowers up at the top, which pulls in the flowers from the other page. So having stuck all of those bits down, there we go, that flower tucks under there. I decided what am I doing here? That little cluster it was floating and it needed a shelf to sit on. So I took some of the same paper that I'd used for the shelf on the other side to use as a shelf on this left-hand side as well. And then tucked those embellishments onto that shelf, which I think looks really pretty. In fact, this spread, I know we're only in March, it's only the third one, but it's my favourite one that I've completed so far this year. I just love the colours in this and how it all looks when I've finished it. So popping those headphones on, and this is when I think this is when I found that I'd got the smaller earbud embellishment and swapped that over. I may have already done that. But picked up some of the hearts and popping those on to bring some of that pinky colour over onto the left-hand side, although it is there in that check of the background paper there. Just having a look through, seeing if there's anything else I wanted, which there wasn't, popping those back, and that's that page done, just trimming off the edges there. So as I say, once I had trimmed these edges, it was off to do the journaling. I'm just showing you there where I want to do the journaling, and counted up how many types of each of the book I had read and forgot to record me doing that. So here is the finished spread. As I say, my favourite one so far this year. I really love how this looks. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you don't already. I'm just showing you there I've got to do something on the back of that page. But that's March done and dusted. Thanks for watching. Bye.